Welcome, y'all. Welcome to another night of Geeking Out, where all of us get over here and geek out about different stuff. We're still in our spooky season, and of course, we gotta do some kind of horror, but this time it's from the first timer's point of view. So tonight we're gonna be doing Scream, first timer's point of view, and there are two of us that are not necessarily part of the Scream fandom, Scream Hive, whatever you call them. And so you're going to be hearing from our point of view, what we thought of the movies, as well as getting grilled by our three other panelists, plus a guest. So first, let's start off with me. Hi, y'all. I'm Ricky Z. Tamon.
Hi, I'm Tamon Kane. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on Geeking Out. Scream Kings covering from season 3 and getting ready for season 3 of Scream Kings.
Hi, I'm Lucio at LucioMan or at LucioMan79 on basically everything. You can find me basically here.
This is my
I'm Cadence. You can find me on which one is that? That's Twitter. Cadence Third World.
And my name's Carr. You can go ahead and find me Carr Logan on all platforms.
Well, welcome to Carr for joining us. He's our special guest for today. Friend of Tamon's that is it's a Scream connoisseur, if you will. And so we're so glad to have you here with us tonight. So like always, we always have a game, and tonight's game is Ghostface. So every time you hear the name Ghostface, take a step. Okay. So I hope y'all survive tonight. All right, so let's see. So before we dive into our Scream, we gotta do a quick review of Agatha All Along, episode 4. So let's go start off with first thoughts. Episode 4. Was it giving you the answers that you were hoping for? Any answers?
A lot more lore. It seems like just a lot more lore. It's the worry that I had with this, the way this show is set up, is that it's a series of escape rooms. They're walking down a path, escape room, walk down a path, another escape room. I'm imagining this is going to change, but it's not gotten grading yet, but I'm like, it needs to not be this anymore.
Cadence, what you thinking?
Yeah, I didn't get I mean, it was a decent episode. It was a decent episode. I appreciate, I guess, kind of seeing them overcome. It kind of gives me Wizard of Oz vibes. That's basically, it's giving me Wizard of Oz. Overcoming these challenges, and you had your power all along. Look at that. Like, okay, sure. But I guess it's interesting not to know, not knowing whether they really did have, well, some of them that have discovered their like they have their abilities, if they discovered it because of the trial, or if the trial restored it. So I guess that's kind of something that's kind of fun to worry about, or wonder about rather. Mm-hmm. As far as the teen, that mystery's still up in the air. It's like you don't know whether they're going to be sticking with the obvious, which they keep stating of it, or alluding to rather, that it could possibly be her son, or if they're going to lean towards it being Mephisto in disguise, or if they're going to lean towards it being Wiccan. Like, you still don't really know one way or the other at this point, so it's not very many answers.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it was a cute little fun moment. Their 70s vibe. It was interesting to see the romantic, sexual tension between the Blackheart and Agatha. So I'm interested in kind of getting more backstory with that. I'm guessing that Blackheart probably had something to do with how Agatha's son died, if he actually died.
Mm.
Trying to convince her, her telling her, like, "Hey, I already know what you're thinking. It's not him."
Mm.
Like, but then it's like, are they really going to be that obvious with us? Because Marvel isn't always obvious. They do like to, throw a little switcheroo in there from time to time.
Mhm.
But yeah, overall, good episode. Enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not necessarily enthralled by Agatha at this moment. So yeah, I'm still kind of in the middle with how I feel about the series overall at this time, which is kind of weird with it being episode 4 and we're halfway through the season. But hey,
Yeah, so a brief overview. So Sharon didn't make it through the first trial. Rest in peace, Sharon. So of course they need another witch. They need a green witch, and so they basically summon they summon Rio to take up that spot. And so there you try to figure out what this dynamic is between Rio and Agatha. And like definitely was giving you lovers quarrel. Like up
Mm-hmm.
until that moment where you just kind of you get the hint like, oh yeah, they were a thing. You're getting some lovers quarrel throughout the whole time. And the mall cop, was it Wu? Her, I enjoyed her test. I thought it was a good test. I enjoyed the Fleetwood Mac rendition of The Witch's Road. You know, the answer that's not necessarily an answer about who Teen is. I kind
mm-hmm,
of appreciate how Agatha was able to. You could tell the attachment Agatha has with Teen, which
mm-hmm,
is fine. Um, I posted a clip of ours off on TikTok, and someone was very like irate, not irate, but like wasn't happy with the fact that we weren't necessarily like feeling the,
It's
or the opinion that we had last week about how we needed to like they need to have something like episode 4 or 5. I want some answers. It's got to start start moving, and they were like,
Mhm.
"Well, you got to give it time. You got to be patient. It's 10 episodes, y'all."
Yeah, we don't have all
yeah,
day.
I'm not
right.
sure. I'm not sure how much
And the,
space you're gonna have to
and
really just
for
Mm-hmm,
to expound on anything.
for me, the like it's possible to be critical without being like, oh, I hate this show. Like
Right.
there are things that I really enjoy. Like that take on The Witch's Road did seem very motherly, very loving. It's like, how did you do that with like the exact same lyrics from the song before? But it's like, oh, this is like they made a different mood for this. And there's the things that I don't like is, oh, we're always in the escape room. I like everything else. Like all their interactions are very, very interesting.
Hmm.
And they like even who's the lady who's the lead, like it was her escape room today was
Yeah.
or this week was
Mall cop.
like, yeah, you get to see like, oh, I can see why she is the way she is because of like this, like, what is the sort of Damocles hanging over her whole entire life. And the reveal that, oh, her mom like sold this song so that it'd be played everywhere, so it's always protecting you even though your life is crappy. Like, you get to be alive. It's like, oh man, that's a humongous reveal. That's amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, for me, that was one of the coolest things. The coolest thing about the episode. I like how that the world or her fans were her coven,
Hmm.
and that was
Yeah.
really cool to give us that piece of information. But I'm just not that excited by the show, and I want the thing is I really want to be. And they're
Right.
not doing enough things wrong with it for me to like hate it, but they're not doing enough things for me to love it. And I didn't think about the escape room until you just said it tonight. But like, I don't want to go through that anymore. I'm over it. I'm over the Wizard of Oz. I think that this show is not correct. And it's okay to have things that are campy and fun and light, like Hocus Pocus. But it's also able to be in the middle, like Multiverse of Madness. And tonally, this show isn't doing it for me. The performances are great. I actually love this song. I listen to Witches Row quite often throughout the day. So lyrically, it's a really nice song, and I can see how it can move people to want to sing along and basically do spell work unknowingly. But yeah, I just think it needs a punch. And when it comes to the team, I heard another rumor that, or another thought rather, that he could also be Mephisto's son, Blackheart. And when you think about the names that were on that list, there was a picture of a Blackheart, and Mephisto does have a son named Blackheart. So it could be interesting that he gets to play that character also, or he is that character. That would be cool, other than the obvious of him being Wiccan, which of course would be fine. But it'll be really nice if they could surprise us with something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think right now it's just like I hate to say it's just something to watch. Like, I'm enjoying it for what it is. I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I said, my expectations have shifted, and I'm okay with that. They have, and it's fine. I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. It's a show.
Yeah.
With witches.
I look forward to it on Wednesday. That's nice. But it's not like, oh man, I don't even know what to compare it to now. Like, it's weird to me. Like, I can't say, oh, it's no like Endgame, because I don't think that they're not going for that, right? Like, that was the culmination of years of work. But it's like, I would like I really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, that one, I was like, oh man, this is doing a lot of interesting commentary. And then with WandaVision was like really interesting grief story. This, I think, is still getting its feet under it. It's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have much longer to do that. So
6 more episodes.
Who knows?
6 more episodes.
Walking down the road.
Maybe the next 6 episodes are crazy.
Well, how many? We've had two trials so far, so that means we have 4 more left.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe 4 more episodes of trials, because this trial was pretty quick. I guess the trial was singing another song, but because I don't know what her trial was, to beat her family demon.
Yeah.
Well, it was to face the demon and to sing the song that she just does not enjoy at all because of what it did to her mom and her family and the curse and the burden. So breaking the familial curse by confronting the very thing that pains you and that you blame for taking your mother away.
Okay, I wish I cared enough about her.
You just gave it like the tropiest.
I mean, I wish I cared enough about her for that to land with me, but
sure. So this just crossed my mind right now. It's like, it seems like the Jennifer Kale, is that her name? The one who's the potions witch, and then the one from this last escape room. They seem like they're made whole after their trial. So I'm wondering if, like, okay, so everyone takes their turn being made a whole witch, and like, I guess it is kind of interesting to see, like, oh, does this coven stay together when they don't need each other anymore? I'm here, I'm done, but I'm going to stay to support you, kind of thing.
Or is Agatha going to suck them dry?
Well, I think that's still always on the table.
Yeah.
These are questions.
They gotta attack her first.
This is a question if this is an hour-long show with 22 episodes. That's the question for that.
Yeah.
That's the question for that, because you're expecting things to be expounded upon with the expectation of some filler to add to those character developments, but like we don't have that.
Yeah, it seems like that filler work is done on the road rather than in those rooms.
Yeah, true.
Carway, what are your thoughts?
I want to like Agatha, but when they said they were giving it a spinoff, I wasn't even that excited. I was like, all right, come on, the song wasn't that great.
Oh,
Agatha all along.
The song wasn't that great, but I like, natural stuff, so I wanted to give it a try. But it's not doing it for me. I feel like it's watching me more than I'm watching it. So.
What if that's the trick?
That is the trick. You have to
That's
sing
the
the
man.
Witch's Road every day, and then you'll start getting into the spirit of it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll see.
So, Tamon, do you know all the words to the song now?
I know the first part. I do know the first part, and then
Okay.
we're gonna have choir rehearsal
At the end of the episode.
and then we're gonna sing this song in true
You
form.
told Carr about that, right?
about us doing the song. Yeah, you ready? 1, 2.
He's gonna get the alto part.
Let me stop this real quick. Ghostface.
Right.
But okay, so I will give it this. I went back and watched it from the beginning, and well, not the first episode. I can't do that again, but the second episode, when they were singing the Witch's Road the first time, and I noticed that Alice Wu was crying, and now it means so much more when you unpack like what she's going through, her resentment towards the song, her resentment towards magic, her family. Right. So to see her story unpacked, if I'm just gonna be completely unbiased, it was nice. It was her story arc is over, which is the sad thing. This is episode 3, and her story arc is over.
She had no part in the first 2 or 3 episodes, so that's a huge bummer.
Yeah, it is. And then secondly, she should have led the song instead of Agnes. Agatha.
That's true.
I didn't like that. I get it's her show, but come on.
And that's okay. All right. So essentially, it was all right. We're moving along.
I give it a B.
Okay. I feel that's solid and fair. B. I'll give it a B too. All right. So,
yeah,
it's okay. All right. So you know what? We're gonna take a smidgen of a break, just real smidgen. And we will be right back, and we're gonna get started with our first timers point of view screen review.
Oh my God, it's Ghostface!
Stop it.
We ended with Tabitha looking out the window. In season 3 premiere, we started.
Right back up. Picked right back up.
Keep that momentum. What was y'all thinking about that? Like how we started?
I liked how it went it just started right from where it left. I like that. We didn't know if it was gonna, sometimes it'll be like, oh, fast forward, or like, we love the fact that where it ended is where we started.
And we are back. That is from season 3 review. I think that was episode 2. And yes, you was not confused. There were 2 twins at the bottom of the script. Mika and Kira shout
and
out.
They're fun. I love them.
They're so much fun. Literally, they do the Parent Trap thing where they complete each other's sentences. They do all the fun twin things that you get to see. So, if you're not watching from, make sure you check them out on MGM. You can get that through Prime every Sunday at something Eastern, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. 8, yeah. One of those times,
Just watch it on Sunday after dark.
Just watch it on Sunday after dark. After brunch.
And then come watch the review on Wednesdays.
And then come and watch the review.
All right. So I forgot to mention this earlier. So thank y'all for coming to watch us tonight. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the buttons, hit the notifications, all the things. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Twix, whatever, Instagram, Facebook, all those things. So you know when we are live, and you can always watch us and then interact with us. We love to have our audience talk to us. All right, so before we start getting to our review, we took a quiz. It was the easiest quiz.
Oh.
It was the easiest quiz of who would survive Scream. And it's going to be super quick, y'all. So go ahead and Ghostface. Real quick.
Hold on.
Is Swan doing the quiz right now?
Don't.
No, he already did it. So I got his answers ready to go.
I want to let you know I did this quiz like 6 times trying to find a different answer.
Really?
I gave my first one. I did give my first one, but I was trying to like, is there a resolution here?
Oh, dang, why are you just not sending this to me?
I'm sorry.
No, it's just the first one.
No. But anyways, okay, so I can always change that. So anyways, All right. So who would survive Scream? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone. Congrats, you lived. While you're like Sydney and
Yeah.
Gail, you never let anyone take advantage of you, and you always stand up for yourself. Okay, here we go. Except for Lucio. Said, oops, you died.
I'll let you know I did it several times, and still, like, I was like, what? Like, you know, even like tried to game it a bit, and it resolved that every single time.
And Car also
Also died.
Car also died. Okay, so Scream is known for trios, so we've made it. Congrats.
Oh
Woohoo!
God.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand the disconnect. Like, because I tried, like, I didn't try. Okay, there's a lot of permutations. I could do the math to figure it out, but I don't care right now. But I was like, there's got to be like an obvious, like, oh, it's probably pick Sydney. It's probably try to be the last girl. Like, it's no.
Am
no,
I
died a lot.
am I
Katie's
Dewey?
laughing at me. I died a lot, man. It wasn't good.
Would I be Dewey? I don't want to be Dewey. That means I'm dying next.
You trying it several times for me though.
But I was just curious after the first one. I was like, is everyone gonna die in this?
That's what
No.
did it for me. But knowing that several times, and every time you have the same answer,
You
it's
can
taking
be.
me out of here.
You can at least be Tatum. You can be Tatum.
I would eat it in
Aw.
a garage door.
So classic.
No, based on the results, I'm the Drew Barrymore. I'm the Jada Smith.
Come on,
I'm the-
open
You're the
Gino.
opening. Okay.
the opening,
Opening
mur-
kill,
the
okay.
opening death.
Well, Lucio, that's a privilege in this franchise.
Because you at least get to be in the promos.
That's true.
And we think the movie's about you when it's not.
Right, exactly.
That's the best part.
You're the bait and switch. Sheesh. So,
Surprise,
congrats.
surprise.
Goodness gracious, y'all. I've had a bad cough this weekend. All right, he says, oops, you died. Ghostface got you there. Let's just hope you put up a good fight in the end, though. So did you put up a good fight to Lucio?
Oh, probably not. Let's be honest.
It was a great chase scene. I know it has to be a great chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see you bargaining for your life.
No, I honestly probably would like the honest answer I picked was like, oh, I would die like trying to protect my friends. Like I probably would do something okay in like noble, but in the scope of things stupid. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat this knife and just I'll be the permanent holster for this dagger for the rest of the scene.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Before
All right.
we get there,
Yeah.
there's only 2 movies that had poor openings. Well, we can dive into that later.
Poor openings.
Poor openings.
Oh.
There's only 2 of these movies that have very weak openings.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think I know exactly which 2.
Maybe not.
Or you do.
I think I do.
I
The
think
probably
I
ones
know.
I have grief with.
Well, because technically it was one that's not.
I can say the numbers right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think
There's
it's
one
2,
that is not.
and I think it's 5. I think
Not 2.
I'm mixing
Not 2.
Can
No.
I?
not 2.
Oh,
Oh,
can y'all rank your openings?
Sure.
rank your openings.
Yeah.
You got to go with 1. Like they plugged Drew Barrymore as being in this film so much, and the fact that she's in here for like 6 minutes is amazing.
The opening was 5.
It was 12 minutes.
Is it 12 minutes?
That opening was 5.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
not even just horror movie. Think about any other movie with the on paper, if you read the first 12 pages, you're probably like, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah. This opening scene right here was iconic.
Yeah.
It's spectacular.
Okay.
Drew
So
Barrymore is no one else that could top you in the franchise. And I like a lot of the other openings.
That's the number 1. That started it all. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Also,
The
real like I think the goriest part of that movie.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was the time.
Really
I
was.
would like to insert a quote from Wes Craven. And Wes Craven said that violence and death have to matter. And so he is really big on, think about Casey. He made you see this girl full of hope. Her future's coming. She's in high school. She got a boyfriend. Just a normal night. Made her really human. And you destroyed her. Not only that, Casey, baby, her parents. I don't know if you guys are going to go like into the open, into that type of stuff, but her parents coming home and seeing that house destroyed and then hearing her daughter go through that. And then
that's devastating.
It's heartbreaking. Yeah. It's heartbreaking. And that's how you do violence.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, like that's probably the most horrific opening, honestly, for out of all of them. Yeah. Like you can't top that, honestly.
Can you guys rank your openings?
All right, openings. Okay, so you want us from least to best?
So 2 is Jada and the other guy in the theater, right?
Yeah.
Three is I'm awful at names. You're gonna hear my summaries of the things. No names.
It's fine. We got you. We got you.
All right. What's 3 is
Lee Schreiber, Cotton Weary.
Yeah, Cotton.
That's right. Oh, okay. And then all right. And then 4 is
a gumbo.
Ooh.
It's like 4 different openings.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, that's the one I was thinking. 4 is the one I was thinking of, Cam. 4 is the one I was thinking of, not 5.
Yeah.
MEFF man.
Why won't they die?
Every episode. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Oh man.
So what's your rank? Okay.
So from least to best.
Least to best. Okay.
Or I guess worst to best. Okay, so 5 because it wasn't really a kill.
Okay.
It wasn't a kill. It was an attempt.
Oh.
So it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a kill.
You're right. But I was thinking about that earlier about okay, we'll come back to that because I was thinking about it a lot earlier today.
Okay, so 5, then I didn't necessarily care about Cotton by that point. Actually, no. 5, 4, 3. No. 5, 4, 6, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man,
2
is so low for me.
Almost similar, but not quite.
5, 4, 6, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Okay. Lucio.
I would say 4. It's funny, but it's not like, it's like, come on, man. Like, this is like, I didn't come here for knee slaps. I came here for, this pseudo formula. 4, 3. I also kind of didn't care about Connie. I was more upset about his girlfriend.
Christine.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
Especially when he comes back, like he's gonna get murdered by this girl because apparently he's an a-hole at home. Like, who does Scream stuff as like a joke when you live in that world? That's nonsense.
No.
He's probably kinky, Lucio.
Huh?
He's probably really kinky, Lucio. So.
Yeah, maybe that's not okay, especially being involved with that stuff. That's weird. That's not okay.
That was a fun opening. I don't care.
Not when you almost died.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not fun. I'm just saying like preferential. Like, yeah. So 4, 3.
I hear you.
2 probably. Yeah, probably 4, 3, 2. How did 6 start again? 6 was 5, but that's like really wiggly. 6 and then 1. I could flop on 5 and 6.
Yeah.
I think it's just because both of those play with the formula so much, 5 and 6, that the 5 is used to actually set up getting Sam, that's the lady's name, back to the town, back to near her sister. That was the whole point of that. But also like such a risk if you're like, oh, I want her to come back because we're gonna almost kill her sister. They did so much damage to that young lady. It was like, oh my, how did she survive this? That's insane.
Right.
And then 6 was just like, it was very interesting to see these weird creeps that, I mean, it is the horror, like the immortality of Ghostface, like you don't have like Jason and Freddy Krueger, where like they have some supernatural or some like other means of like, or just they're indestructible by some factor. It's that Ghostface can be anyone. It's like, oh, just some weirdo decides they're gonna be a monster, and so that is where Ghostface's immortality comes from. I think is really interesting, and that's their like, oh, it could have been these two guys, except that there's some other person who's even worse, who takes them out, which I thought was really cool. I also,
that's a very. I was going to say that's a very interesting way to look at that.
What?
You're welcome.
No. That was genuine. That was genuine. Just the whole appreciation of Ghostface can be anybody. Kind of vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just,
that clicked with me too, Cam. I wrote down. Oh God.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It's hard.
I wrote down. I never phrased it this way, but the immortality of Ghostface, I like that. I understand that concept, and I spoke about that before, but I never phrased it that way. I like that.
Yeah. So y'all's, what are y'all's ranks?
Cam?
Okay, I figured you would make me go. So worst to best, right? Okay. So I'm gonna go 4, 6, 5. Yeah, 4, 6, 5.
Yep.
2, 3, 1.
I like the. Yep. Yes.
Yeah, 4, 6, 5, 2, 3, 1.
I'm shocked by one of those, but okay. Where 2 landed over Cotton.
What I say? I said 2, 3, 1.
You said 4, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh
no, I said 4, 6, 5, 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
Yeah, so you like 2 less than you like 3 opening.
I mean, they could be
like 3 more.
There's nothing wrong with that. I was shocked by that.
No, but I have a thing for 3.
I know you do. That's what made me. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
4, 6, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So if we ignore 4 and 1, there's a lot of movement in that. I mean, I'm wrong apparently. Everyone. So, no, I mean it's a matter of taste.
Yeah.
But,
because the way you kind of elaborated your ranking, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that and I think because I would not put my movies in that same order. Not even
that's a separate question.
Not even a little bit. Vastly different.
These are like normal questions that you ask about Scream, but like those are all separate. And I want to preface this by saying that no Scream movie is bad, but we're just talking about what's our preferences.
Right. Oh, okay.
That I'm open to hear your debate about that.
I mean, bad is also on a scale now. Like it's okay.
Relative.
Okay.
Is it relatively?
Hey, when you say bad, relative. Are we talking front room?
No, nothing is front room bad.
Not even front room badly made movie. Front room was badly made.
None of them were badly made.
None of them were badly made. No.
Front room was badly made and badly scripted.
I think it really depends on your commitment to formula and to the genre. I think it really depends on your commitment to that, honestly.
But you know what else I noticed? It also depends on your demographic. Like a lot of the younger Gen, what are they called now? Gen
whatever.
Whatever after us.
The babies, yeah.
Yeah, whatever after us. They love Scream 4, but you know how for them this franchise is about Jenna Ortega. So it's interesting. I get it for being in the age bracket. I totally get it. I get it. So it's just interesting to see how hold on, let me get it right. The immortality of Ghostface, and not even that, just the franchise, how it reshapes for different generations and what it means to different generations.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, so my youngest, she's I say my youngest, but she's 15. She watched these with me. She's gonna be Ghostface for Halloween, which I kind of gauge that was going to happen like 3 movies in. But she
I
was
love her.
she's really into now. She wants us to watch Trick or Treat. By the way, guys, is it okay for her to watch Trick or Treat?
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
she's 15.
How old is she?
I mean,
She's 15. Yeah,
You said teen, something
15.
teen?
15. 1-5.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
she's
no
not
like.
finishing.
I'm so like. I'm not. I am. Okay, horror is such a broad category that it's like, okay, I'm not like devoid of knowledge of horror, but like the parts where grown-ups go and see these, like that's not where I usually visit. Yeah, anyway. But so she was really like, I think 4 really started like hitting something with her, because for the first 3 movies, she's like, Dad, does everyone have cell phones? Does everyone have cell phones yet? Does everyone have smartphones yet? Like that was her sticking point. I was like, okay, yeah, like what is this, 2011? Yeah, okay, everyone should have a smartphone by now.
Something.
And that's why
phone.
that shows the trend. Like Scream 4 is that one that was all about technology.
Yeah.
2011, so that would be like the not the start, but like it's still early smartphones. So
Yeah.
like
technology, social.
Like everyone should have
media.
a phone by this point.
Yeah, social media was taking off at that time. Yeah.
It was too early of a premise for it to be a huge motive point.
Yeah.
Question. So how do you think it would have gone if they had waited even longer between 3 and 4 and they had did 4 at the time of 5 and then continued?
I'll answer that one first.
Okay.
I think Scream 4 it didn't make enough money. So you got
Right.
But I think the problem was it was before its time. It
Yeah.
makes sense now with influencers and fame being so big in the world right now.
Oh my goodness, I didn't
And
think of
what that does to people, what you're willing to sacrifice to be famous, what parties you're willing to go to be famous. So like all those things, it's Scream 4. So yes, it was way more receptive now.
It might have actually been out of date if it was done by the time 5 was happening.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think that if they would have done 4 at the time of 5, they would have accommodated for the time period that.
That's true.
I think maybe a year or 2 before the pandemic, it would have hit.
And I think that if 4 would have came out when 5 came out, it would have soared.
Yep.
It would have. It would have been one of the hottest movies, hands down.
Because we were still in the pandemic when 5 was released. We were still like coming out of the pandemic, number 1, and then like that's when by that point TikTok really kicked off.
You had influencers galore.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that been on TikTok by then. So yes.
And what Scream 4 would have been big. It would have been huge.
Yeah. And Scream is meta, and they talk about what's happening in the real world in every single movie. Even the Weinstein situation that we cover in Scream 3, the Me Too movement. They cover all these things, political things in Scream, which is cool. But you're right, TikTok, all those things would have been crazy. Think about the kills we could have had via social media based off of
way bigger. Yeah.
Way bigger. It was before its time. And I agree with you, Ricky. It should have been done for Scream 4. And think about, I don't know who the younger cast would have been. They don't really matter.
Yeah.
And we haven't got to this part yet, but the original storyline for Scream 5, if Scream 4 would have made money, was following Jill in college after getting away with it. So imagine pushing that forward after the whole social media. You're changing the formula in a way that's new and inventive, but we didn't get the chance to explain.
I enjoyed that reveal. Like,
yeah,
even though I knew it beforehand, but I enjoyed I enjoyed her motive. It made complete sense.
Delivery.
Yes, it made complete sense. The fact that she was family and a narcissist, yes, makes complete sense. I would have been for it at this point. The fact that it was Emma Roberts makes sense too.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So that would have been a thing. Okay, so we were talking about this. Like, what were the reasons why? Like, why are we just now like getting into it? Honestly. All right, so for me, like, if you know me, like Taman knows, like, I'm a scaredy cat, so like, I'm just now really getting into like watching some of these classics. Like, I still haven't watched any of Jason, Michael Myers yet. Like I did good to watch Freddy. I did good to watch Freddy. I have not seen all of Child's Play yet, but I've seen the Chucky series.
Okay.
So like, I started watching Scream because we were reviewing Scream 5 a couple years back, and when we did that, I was like, oh, I hadn't seen the first one yet. Well, you got to see the first one. So I at least saw the first one, and you don't have to see any of the ones in between to see 5. As long as you see the first one, you should be okay.
It could be a direct sequel to the original. They could have done that. Yeah.
Like quite honestly, like if you see the first one, 5 will make sense either way. So that's why it took me a while. So after a while, I kind of gradually started to watch them out of order, mind you. But I think I'm okay with that. Because putting things in different perspective of where things are, it kind of helped with that. So like watching 1 before watching 5, then eventually watching 2. I watched 6 eventually, 3, and then 4 was the last one.
Oh wow, you were everywhere.
Yes, but you know what? I enjoyed it. I kind of liked it that way. Like I think I have a better appreciation for them in that way. Because I think I like the initial trilogy more than I like the 5 and 6.
I literally just wrote down to ask y'all Carpenter Sisters versus the original trio.
You know,
we don't have to talk about it yet. I'm just saying,
okay.
Like, it's a huge debate in the community, by the way.
Yes. So like, I think I still prefer, like, even watching them out of order, I think I prefer even the first 4 over 5 and 6. So,
ooh, okay,
I think so.
That's okay. I respect that. I have nothing to say about that at all. Okay, Lucio, tell us why are you so late to get into this?
So I did see the first one in the theater when it came out.
Hello.
Wait, okay, real quick. What year was that?
1996.
Okay, I know exactly now why. Okay, there's 2 reasons I didn't see these. One, my family did not watch a lot of horror growing up. I'm going to preface that with my mom apparently loved horror. Hid that from us, so like they'd watch my mom and dad watch horror while they were getting ready. Like we're already in bed, right?
Undercover horror fan.
Betrayal.
And I didn't know.
They asked us to sleep so we can enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. I was like, and it never crossed my mind. Like, oh, like we're going to bed, and they're like, it just okay. My family just doesn't watch horror. That's not a thing we do. She watched everything basically. She apparently saw the Saw movies. She saw Hostel. But here's the thing: I remember. So in our house, you could stand in the hallway and you could be standing against the wall and see the television, and so we could kind of sneak horror movies when we got a little older, and we could see them watching. I remember watching sneaking peeks of Child's Play, and my mom and dad, I hear them go, "Lucio." I was like, "Oh, I'm busted." I walk in the room all shaved. They're like, "You want to watch this? You can watch this with us." I was like, "Heck yeah!" So I remember the exact scene in Child's Play is where the mom is holding Chucky, and she's like, I know you can talk, damn it. Like she's cussing the doll, right? She took the batteries out of him already. And like a molecule of my butt hits the floor, and he goes, he like turns on her and says, something, the B words at her, right? He cusses at her. And like, so a molecule of my butt hits the floor, and I'm up and out of the room. I was like, nope. Like that was my first exposure. It was like, probably like I'm guessing like a good 2/3 into the movie when like things are starting.
No, that's the end.
Yeah. So yeah, I can tell. Like as an adult now, like who knows how like scripts are written? I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably where that scene sits. I shouldn't be coming to that point anyway.
Yeah. It's
just
definitely
from a storytelling perspective. I missed everything.
And Lucio, she says, "You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! I'm gonna teach you not to fuck with me." That's what she said.
Yeah. So that's the scene that I like. But so I will tell you also, my grandparents loved Howdy Doody. And like, I'm not scared of a lot of things. Like, I worked as an entomologist for years. Like, I've literally put my hands in buckets of cockroaches, spiders. Like, doesn't matter. Like, this stuff doesn't bug me. But when it came to freaking marionettes and puppets, man, like, how do you do this red-haired, like, cowboy puppet ventriloquist dummy thing? I hate it. I hate it so much. And that Child's Play did not help. It just hit. It's like, yep, it just reaffirmed all those issues I had.
Chucky was Chucky
Terrible.
still to this day will cuss you out.
Oh. So mom's a thug. That's what I heard.
Apparently.
Uh-huh.
So the other thing the other reason I did see it was right around 97-ish is when I started going to college, and I worked in a movie theater. And when you work at a place, you don't want to go there as a recreational thing. So there was like 5 or 6 years where I just didn't go to the movies.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Also,
This
so
is
you
big.
clean up enough other people's popcorn and biological effluvia, and you don't want anything to do with movie theater floors anymore.
Nothing was getting it in.
I have some stories, man. It's gross. People are gross. You turn off the lights, people get gross.
You don't own the theater.
Okay, this is not gross. One of my favorite things is 2 Hispanic dudes come in the theater, right? And they're just dressed in like t-shirts and jeans, not like baggy jeans or anything. They're t-shirt jeans, and they go into this movie. I don't remember what movie it was, but they're the only 2 that bought tickets. They're the only 2 in the whole theater. When they left 24 bottles of beer in the theater. They drank a dozen each and left all the bottles there on the floor. I was like, 1, how'd you get them in here? 2, how'd you put them away like that? That's insane.
Golly.
Yeah, without clanking around. How did you get them in here?
I have no idea.
All those Modelo's.
Mystery to this day.
Liquor in here?
Okay, clink.
I didn't care.
Dozen bottles? What are they doing?
That's a lot of bottles.
That is a lot of
bottles.
I would have taken this to the grave if you guys just threw your bottles away. Now everyone gets to know. I'm looking for you guys.
This is his origin story.
I'm the clean killer.
Okay, so those are our reasons why it took us forever. Actually, no. So you guys weren't like a horror family. So when did you decide to actually watch? Like,
I mean, so it's a very broad category. Like, I watch a lot of stuff that, like, I try to like at least pick at the edges of things. Like, especially when it's like when Scream came out, I was like, okay, like I can already tell this is gonna be a big movie. Like, you can tell from the advertising, from the hubbub around it. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be huge. I'm kind of curious. I have friends who want us to go see it. Let's go do this. That's probably like one of the most like. Yeah, okay, that's one that I went and did. But like besides that, like I just try and like, just like I guess piece together bits of whatever is going on in the world. Like, you can't. There's no way to absorb everything, like every book, every movie. And you said someone did the math to figure out when the last time someone could have read every book in history, like basically from when the printing press was available on. And it's very abrupt when it's like, oh nope, can't do it anymore. But it's I like a lot of animation stuff that's horror. Like, I watched Boogie Pop Phantom, was creepy as hell. Serial Project Lane kind of sits in that same space. It's a lot more technological. And then there's, if anyone likes like really weird, I basically like sad horror, I guess is the best way to do it. If it's like, oh man, this is upsetting.
Hereditary.
Yeah. So that's I started watching recently. Nope. And what's the actor's name? The director's name?
Jordan Peele.
Thank you. I always mix them up, and I'm also bad with names. Jordan Peele's stuff I really enjoyed. But there's like 3 of them, so it's like, or 4 of them.
It's 3.
3. Yeah, I've enjoyed them.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I think I like less gore.
Yes.
So like these were kind of fun because they're a little bit thinky. There's a lot of like, oh, who's the killer?
Who doesn't love a murder mystery?
Right. All right. So we're gonna do. I'm debating right now if I want to switch something up, because I was thinking that we would go through like each give ourselves a minute to review each movie, and you guys give us some questions, your thoughts, whatever. But I kind of want to just kind of do like an overview, like a blitz review of
all of them,
of the whole franchise,
all of them at once.
I feel like that's possible.
Do you want to do a timer?
I feel like that's possible.
I think just stick to the narrative.
Okay.
First trilogy, and then 4 is the standalone, and then the last 2.
Oh, you would put 4 as a standalone.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It is.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah. Besides Kirby, anyway, but
I feel like it sits closer to 1 through 3 than it does 5 and 6.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It does.
I mean, if I were to do like a blitz, like real simplistic overview of the entire series, I'd say
What Jada Pinkett said in Scream 2. She said it's a white ass movie about a bunch of white ass people getting fucked.
I mean, that's honestly. I mean,
she's right. She's right.
And killed her on that stage.
Have you guys watched any of Phineas and Ferb? It's a Disney cartoon.
No.
Yes.
I'm looking at you, Ricky. It's the only one I was relying on.
Yes.
So, the thing,
I've seen it too.
Really interesting about Phineas and Ferb is that it literally follows this formula. There's two boys, Phineas and Ferb, who have something they want to do, and it's always like something extravagant. Like they're just normal people living in a mundane world, but they're like, oh, we're gonna build a motocross thing, like a giant truck motocross
in my backyard.
or we're gonna build a roller coaster, or we're gonna build a giant top that all of us can sit inside. Like all these like crazy things that are impossible. Parallel to that, their pet platypus is also a secret agent who goes and fights this guy named Doofenshmirtz. And Doofenshmirtz is always making some invention that's called something innator. And it does something ridiculous with science. It's not science, it's magic. And somehow those two things converge, erase each other just in time for their sister, who's always trying to snitch them out, not to be able to snitch them out. That's the formula for every single episode. And there's like certain landmark phrases that hit in every single episode. It's like, oh, where's Perry? And then it shows him fighting Doofenshmirtz. Oh, where's Perry at the end? Oh, there he is. There's Perry. And it's like, that's how
Gail getting punched in the face. I don't know.
Yeah. That's how this show feels to me. It's like, okay, people get murdered at the beginning. There's like usually two people get murdered at the beginning. Then there's the splash page. Then there's like, okay, who's our regular guy? Who's our final girl? Who's the group that she hangs out with? It's like, oh, are there new best friends that are new school friends that are going to be 100% suspects and probably murderers and for sure killed. And then it's like, oh, we get a scene with explanation guy or explanation girl, and then we get more murders. And then there's a big reveal at the end. Like there's a big climactic reveal where it's like we're like the iconic one is the kill box. It's 6, but it's like always is a kill box at the end, like regardless of whether it's called that or not. It's like, okay, there's a space that we have to stay in that we're gonna murder each other at. And then there's a shift from the final girl being victim to hero, I guess, or predator in some cases. And then shift, and then it shifts, and then like obviously something has to happen with Ghostface. They also have this big giant dialogue reveal. It's like, oh, it's been me the whole time, and they twirl their mustache, and yeah, it's like that's the formula. But it's interesting that they play with that so much, just like with Phineas and Ferb. They do the same thing. It's the exact same episode, but it's always different.
So I would say that it is girl paying for the sins of the mother, to the point where that trauma is being exploited for at least another 20 years. That's basically what it is. That's what it is. She's having to pay for the sins of her mother for at least 5 years, and then that pain and trauma is being exploited for the next 10 years after that. And then the Carpenter sisters not necessarily dealing with, well, they are dealing with trauma, but
sins of the father now this time.
Sins of the father, but while also still exploiting the trauma of the town and the girl prior. So that's basically what that is. This is what this is. That's my take.
This is so great. Okay. Scream is about a reporter who searches for truth.
While also explaining the trauma of a town.
Wait, I'm getting to that. Scream is about a reporter who is searching for truth to get someone off who was falsely accused of a murder.
Right.
And she does that, but at the end of that, she
Cadence, you're next. It's Dewey. You got to do Dewey now.
She pushes up her career by not exploiting, but highlighting an event.
You can say exploiting. She does.
No, she highlighted an event that happened to her. That also happened to her. So she wrote a book, she wrote a script, sold it, made coin. And that sounds like being exploitive, but it's really not. It's really about being fruitful and multiply.
Fruitful.
So the most exploitative part of Gail's script, the of her novel, which then turned into a script, is the fact that they've created several more.
Period.
That's the exploitative part. There's so many stabs.
And you heard right. I framed this that Gail is the star of this franchise.
It's not. It's exploitation if Sydney did not get money. She was exploited. If Gail didn't break her off a piece of that check, she was exploited.
Yeah, she should have at least paid for her college. I don't think that happened at all.
Did she finish?
Would you finish? Would you finish college? I'm gonna tell you, this is a conversation I had with my daughter. I was like, if I was in these Scream movies, like Scream 1, fine, that sucked. Oh man, I'm gonna go about my life. Scream 2 happens, my life course drastically changes because after Scream 2, I'm taking Krav Maga, I'm taking Shotokan, I'm taking Taekwondo, I'm learning about gunplay, I'm learning about
that's what
knives,
she did.
but not enough. Not enough. I would be Sarah Connor from the second Terminator movie is who I would be. There would not be, I'm the one they need to worry about. The movie starts with Ghostface showing up, and as soon as he gets to my house, the movie's over. That's how that goes.
That's not a bestseller. Hey, Billy. We haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
How you doing?
No,
Billy?
I am not accused of murder. Thank you.
So that, for now.
For now. Yes.
So when you
story about a reporter.
And now we also a story of a local town cop who eventually becomes sheriff and
loses everything.
Sister
gives his whole to the town, loses his sister, loses his best friend, and wishes her the most and best. Loses his wife, gains his wife, loses his wife again, and then dies making sure, following the rules, you gotta go for the head.
His rule, which he failed again. No shame.
Oh man, there's so many times I'm mad. Like every time that they have the upper hand on Ghostface, and they're like, "We gotta run." I'm like, no, you have
finish it off.
Yeah, I got a butcher block. I'm gonna hit him in the head 600 times. When I am tired, I'm gonna hand you the block, and then it's your turn too.
Yes.
Remember, they're teenagers. They're just like, oh my God, I'm scared. I'm terrified. I've never experienced anything due to my
That's the first two. Okay, that's the first two.
And the third one is like, sweetie, I'm trying to make sure this movie don't get canceled. I'm making my coin.
Right.
And then the fourth one was like, we have grown past this. Are y'all? I have a friend, we talk about this movie, and every movie, they should say to Sydney again. Like, I got a phone call again. Like, God, please.
Golly, right.
She's done with it by 4.
She's done with it by 3.
Right.
Well, honestly, in 2, she answered the phone. She goes, "Oh, it's the 10th one this month. It'll dry out."
Yeah, sure did. She answered the phone and screamed too at that sorority party, and Ghostface came out and showed her what was up.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you show yourself, you fucking asshole? My.
If she would have just became Alice from Resident Evil, she would have been all right.
Well,
not supernatural.
Yeah, she should have started twirling like Alice.
I'm okay with it not going that route.
No, like, God.
I'm glad that it's very much solidly like physical.
Give me enough. Give me Jennifer Lopez and enough.
I'm so upset at this series because they keep referencing the Stab movies, realizing that like, oh, it's self-referential, but you can't be like, oh, in the movie that we're in. But the Stab series, they seem so corny and so campy relative to the one that we're watching. Like, we get the better movies because those movies look like trash. And they mentioned there's being aliens and time travel in that series. No,
yeah, they do. I think the Stab series is probably bad at this point.
I think it looked like it was bad at the start because it does not look good.
Tori Spelling.
Don't do Tori Spelling like that.
She called
it in her bag back then.
Yeah.
My mother's not she's in a funeral home somewhere. She's not leaving town.
Who's the guy that played Billy in that? It was
he's from Loki, I think. Or Loki's what's his name? It's brothers with the noses.
Owen.
Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah. Brothers with the noses.
Yes,
Brothers with the
quite
noses.
honestly, yeah.
The Owens brothers. Yeah. Okay.
And guys, if you ever just Google like Stab One, they have like pages, like cast pages. They have everything you need. This is
I
the
saw
thing.
David Schwimmer's on that list somewhere. That's hilarious.
Alicia Silverstone played Tatum. It's just like the Stab. You know what? The Stab One cast is pretty good too. Fun fact: Alicia Silverstone turned down the role quite in a few of the Scream movies.
Oh, really?
Yep, she turned down Cece Cooper, the sorority girl in Scream 2.
What was she doing in 96? No, 96. It would be 98, 99?
Nothing. It was 98.
Because Clueless was done. So was Batman and Robin. What was she doing?
Oh.
Nothing. She just didn't want to
raising
do it.
kids or something.
I mean, like,
no,
and then like they had like the UPN had a Clueless TV show, but it didn't have her on it either.
No, that was Rachel somebody.
It was Rachel something. Yeah, she was being a snob. Maybe
she's being a snob. I don't know. I do think it's. I'm sad usually for like, oh, what could it have been, but also like they're adults that like get to pick the thing they do for their job.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, it is weird though. Like
it's been several years since the last Aerosmith music videos. That's fine.
I would think that after Scream 1, you would be like, oh yeah, I think I want to be in this thing.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Everybody wanted to come and be a part of Scream after the original came out. All the 90s CW actors. I have a question for you. In the first movie, if you didn't know already, was the kill reveal shocking for you? Or how did you feel about the reveal of the killers?
In the first movie?
Yeah.
They did a lot of work making Billy not seem like a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Like they cover his butt a lot of times. The Stu reveal, I was like, oh, this guy. Of course it is. I was just like, oh, this is the irritating friend of the group. Cool. That's
yeah. Which they repeated in the second movie, technically.
Not just that one.
I was surprised by both reveals, honestly, in the first movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
the fact that it was 2 was also
I think that was the thing. It was 2 that I was surprised about, and just like the way that Stu was just kind of like, this is fun. I want to just do some damage.
Yeah, that's a weird person.
Like
you kill your sister in the process too. Like, holy crap.
He caught me off guard, but not Billy. When you see Billy, you just always have that.
He looks like it.
He's shady.
Shady. And then he just has that aura, like something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
He was casted because he was the new Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp was in Nightmare on Elm Street and he wouldn't come and do this one, so they brought him over. But a lot of people auditioned for Billy Loomis that we didn't know about.
Really?
Even Dewey auditioned.
Who?
Even who?
Dewey. He played Dewey.
Right. Okay.
He auditioned.
I think he would have ate this Billy.
He probably would have. But Billy's supposed to be the sexy boy next door, and Dewey doesn't. The guy from.
Have we seen the guy that played Billy Loomis in anything else?
Skeet Ulrich?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was in Riverdale.
Mm-hmm.
He was in this horror movie called. I really like it. I just can't think of the name of it right now. But Phantoms. That's the Phantoms.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been in a few things.
I know he's well beloved in the fandom Comic-Con circuit, but
yeah, he's still looking good to this day.
Yes, he is actually.
He looks great. No surprise to this next person. This person was going to be casted for audition for Stu. Think to Clueless. He was not a big character, but he was the guy that was, he was in Craft also. If you're going to cry, then I'm going to cry. And then we're all going to be crying. He's like the best friend, goofy, rude, skateboarder. He dated Ty.
Oh,
Ty.
Yes.
He normally plays those kind of roles all the time. I'll tell you, hold on. So you can
Rolling with the Homies.
Rolling with the Homies. His name is Brecklin Meyer. Wow, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. Brecklin Meyer.
What other show was he in?
He's been in everything. He was
He's
in
been in lots of things. I mean, like
Road Trip, Clueless, Garfield, The Rat Race. He was
Mhm.
in Kate and Leopold. He was in
Oh, yeah.
The Craft. Like I said, he was in The Craft. He was in
Mhm. He was in Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie, Designated Survivor.
Kirby Fully Loaded.
Freddy's Dead.
Kate and Leopold.
There was something
Yeah.
else. There was he had a TV show, didn't he, for a while?
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, the son from Pussy Willow's Dottie, stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
He was up to play Billy, and you know Skeet Ulrich was in that. I mean, Stu was in that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was my fun fact.
You know, I wonder what it would have been like if Paul Rudd was in that movie.
I can see it. I can see Paul Rudd.
You think Paul
He
Rudd
still
would
do
make
it.
it?
He doesn't age.
He would have been Stu. He would have been Stu, but he wouldn't have been Billy. He would have been Stu for sure back then.
Really? Oh.
Did you guys have any standout moments or characters from the original?
The original. Let's see. Well, of course, like there's the opening kill.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum. Poor Tatum.
Oh,
that was brutal.
Everybody loves Tatum.
Poor Tatum. And then that party scene. The whole party scene in general was like you try to get the feel of like it's all very meta, and like you get like, oh, this is the call to horror is very much a call to horror.
Behind you, Jamie. Behind you. What about you, Lucio? Any standout characters, moments from the first one?
7 Degrees of Horror. Come on.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, if you want to win, you play me because I can't remember anyone's name.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so I have another question for y'all. What is your Scream ranking, like out of the 6 films?
Oh God. Okay.
Can I tell you my least favorite movie right now is number 2?
Okay. Can you talk about that, because that's my favorite.
Really? So here's the thing: is like they mention in it that like more than one time that sequels are not good, and I wonder if they like voluntarily let that thing fall on its sword so they can, because you need the second one to get to the third one, and the third one is spectacular.
You think the third one is spectacular?
Yes.
I like the second one more than the third one, though.
Me too.
You guys can be wrong. It's okay.
Wow.
You're with me, Lucio.
Poor taste. But Lucio.
Oh, wow.
The third one is definitely a rom-com, and so I enjoy it for that. It's so much fun. It's basically that movie with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler.
Okay, so I would have to say this is hard because I don't necessarily want to think. I don't really want to put the 5 and 6 at the bottom. They're not at the bottom for me, but like I don't care for third as much. Like number 1's good.
Rick, you gotta be cutthroat. List them. In last place. Nope, you gotta be hold on. Lucia, go ahead and go. So you can be
go ahead and go. So we're talking about that together. Hold on.
It's a toss up between 4 and 2 are my least favorite.
Okay.
But 4 is not bad. 4 does a lot of interesting stuff with their formula, and I really did like that. Oh, this girl who like that reveal who the killer was, like that one really got me. It's like, oh man, I did not see that. Like the dude, I was like, I called that like day one. I was like, that guy's obviously, but like they're weird, like yeah, and how brutal she was with it too, because she's like, nope, it's one person gets to survive.
Me.
Like he's like, shoulder me, and she's like, whoops, this is how we practice it. Oh yeah, you got played, man.
You sound
so 4-2. The rest, so the other 4 I do really like. I'd probably say 1 as third from the bottom. 5, 6, 3.
Okay.
And I think so. Again, though, like 6 and 3, I think are really. It's okay. So it's the same problem I had with Shrek, right? Okay, so I know I brought this up before. There's 4 Shrek movies. I always say there's 3 Shrek movies because 3 is terrible. It's absolute trash. But the reason that the fourth one is good is because of all the other movies that it's resting upon, like it's resting on the shoulders of the other ones. It's a spectacular movie. It involves time travel, and it has to do with all like basically revisiting all these things that already were. And I think it's the same with 3. Like they do a lot of work to kind of like retroactively re-establish stuff, I guess. And it does explain why the mom's broken and hurt and all that stuff. And again, sad horror. 6 I thought was really cool because
what did you just say?
Huh? Sad horror. Sad
horror.
I thought you
said sad horror.
Sad horror.
But you were talking about Maureen. I was like,
right.
Sad horror.
Who has sympathy for Maureen?
Sad horror.
Oh
no. Like I feel bad for her. And by extension, Sydney and her brother. Like that is pretty crappy to be like, oh man, I found out who my mom was, and she didn't want anything to do with me because he's like a reminder of all this crap that happened to her. When it came to 6, there's a giant shift in Samantha where she goes from being like Sydney has a moment where she says like, oh, I'm on the phone, I'm being Ghostface now, I'm being spooky, to Ghostface. But like Samantha takes it a whole other step. And that moment when she is stabbing that dude she's not even killing him, she's just stabbing him. She's intentionally stabbing everywhere. She's like the cop, right? He's blocking himself. And she stabbed like up one arm and down the other and misses everything important on purpose. And she's just like, I was like, this person is the most monstrous person in here. It's not this unjustified, but she's like reverted it to something that is a part of her history. And this is terrible.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at her because she was sick of all the stuff that was going on and she appeared hallucinating. She did what she had to do to protect herself and her family.
I don't blame her for anything. Like it's the cold-blooded kill at the end is pretty messed up, but not unjustified. That person's coming back if you don't kill him. He's gonna be flapping his arms at you.
How many times have Gail and Sydney have executed multiple killers in each of these movies? So absolutely, we're not gonna arrest you. You're not getting arrested out of this.
No, they're going to spend a lot of time in police station. They're going to answer a lot of questions, but they're not going to jail.
And they're going to get away with it.
Yeah.
I'm racking my brain here because honestly,
you need more time.
Oh, come on.
No, because I can literally say 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6. I can literally say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
I literally can say it like that. Like honestly, because I can't necessarily say that I like 3 better than 2. I like 2 a lot. I like.
You don't like 2 more than 1.
No, I don't like 2 more than 1. I like 1.
So then it works.
Well, because because of like I don't necessarily like I'm for the wow factor just to set things in motion. 1 is solid through and through. It's probably the most intense.
So good
all the way through. 2 is a good continuation. I liked how they talk about like the purpose of the sequels in the movie. Has some, I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about the reveal on that one. I feel like 3 had a better reveal to me. But I like 2. I still like 2 more. Because I think with 3 there was so many more people that I didn't necessarily care about. In the cast.
It was an ensemble cast. It was an
ensemble cast, but I didn't care about the ensemble though.
They were fun.
I mean, they were fine. I just didn't care.
It was fun.
I mean,
Parker Posey was a standout of Scream.
I mean, yes, absolutely, but like in general, like I didn't care about the ensemble outside of like the main ones.
OG3.
The OG3.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you.
Close to the core 4.
Core
4.
By the second one,
we don't really have a core 4 right now anyway.
Yikes!
Yeah, it's the reboot of the reboot.
Yikes!
I mean, the core 4. The core 4 is not really there anymore.
It's a
Scream 7 is going to be called.
We don't even know we got the twins.
Scream 7 is going to be called Scream again.
Yeah. So
it's a reboot of a reboot that goes back to the original.
We don't got the Carpenter sisters.
Scream again. That's the name. That's the title.
Yeah.
Scream.
Are they not on? Are they not signed on for the next?
Oh,
the twins. I don't think the twins are.
No.
Not officially,
Oh, they're not
no.
signing on. I hadn't heard anything about it. I didn't even thought. I should have thought to look up who.
So you don't know anything of the drama that happened?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, so here
Well,
you
let's
go.
finish our rankings first. Let's finish
We'll
Because
come
even
back
I
to
know
that.
the tea on that.
So
need all
yours is
of
just
it.
a straight up. So Ricky, yours is just a straight up sequence
Yep.
as is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
All right. So we doing worst to least or what? What we doing here?
Yeah.
Worst to
Worst
I-
to best or
Best. I did best to worst.
best to worst? You did
Yeah.
best to worst. Okay, best to worst. Okay. 1, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4.
I have an appreciation for 4. I don't know.
Say it again. Say it again.
1, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
I didn't.
Yes, yeah. I'm just gonna stick with it because the opening tainted that movie. So yeah, it's at the bottom here. the overall package of the movie was good, but that opening really soured the experience. To be fair, they were fighting an uphill battle after that point for me, so it's just gonna stay at the
I
bottom.
thought it was valid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't include the original in my rankings, so I won't.
Okay.
I'm too aloof.
Okay.
I'm too elevated for this.
Yeah, because
we know it's at the forefront.
Yeah, you cannot put it behind. Okay, so mine is very simple. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5.
Do it one
You
more
like
time.
4 more than 5?
My problem with 5, it was a copy and paste of the original, almost beat for beat. And so I get that you want to do an homage and so respect as you revitalize this brand, but you can be more creative. They took small liberties like with Judy Hicks and Wes, the son and the sheriff that got killed in Scream 5. Beautiful. Mwah. Awesome. But like the opening, it was basically Drew Barrymore's, but she survived. And honestly, Sam would have came to the city anyway if you killed her sister. So I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
But there's that. It just wasn't original enough for me, and I didn't. Yeah, it just wasn't original enough for me. And Dewey died in that one, which is that can happen because it's a slasher. But yeah. 4, the opening and the color grading, the Vaseline filter they got over this that looked like CW in the 2000s, nothing.
Because it probably was.
It had all the CW stars from canceled TV shows on there.
It has the girl from Secret Circle on there.
It had Katie Holmes. It had Sasha Jackson.
Yeah, all of them was in there. You had Cookie Stackhouse, you had Rogue, you had Veronica Mars, you had you had Secret Circle, you had Starcross,
James
Pretty
Van
Little
Dyke.
Liars.
I don't remember who these people all are.
No,
The whole cast of Melrose Place and 90210.
I literally was not over exaggerating. These are all CW shows that most of these people were on.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
These
yeah.
are all like Warner Brothers, CBS, Paramount Plus.
Now I need James
Yeah.
Van to do one of these intros. I need it. I need it so bad.
Yeah, but like I like Scream 4 outside of that. Fun fact, Kristen Stewart from Twilight, she was actually going to be the only opening for Scream 4, but she turned it down because she said she couldn't live up to Drew Barrymore.
She could have tried.
She could have. She's an actress. Damn sure right. You should have tried.
You can't live up to it.
I don't know.
How
There's
does that
times where they're
sound?
like,
No
oh,
one
we're
has.
gonna
It's your
remake
own.
Casablanca,
It's-
or we're
you
gonna
know-
remake It's a Wonderful Life. Like, don't do that. You don't need to do
No
that.
one.
Like,
The
No,
thing is,
but
I
you
don't think
can-
anybody was expecting her, especially during the time of Twilight, to actually live up to that.
But even still, you don't live up to something. You make your own. You set yourself
Yeah.
apart from it.
But then
You
you're
create
dependent on your
own
script, like-
standard. But baby, it's an opening death. You just need to
Right.
run, scream,
You only in there for the first 10, 15 minutes. Do the
make
all
me
you got.
make me feel like you're in danger. Put me on the edge of my seat, escape a couple times, and then finally die. That's all you gotta
Right.
do.
I want to
Yeah.
feel like I'm watching my sister or niece in this worst situation, and I want my heart to be broken.
Oh, I
That's what
don't
I'm
want
expecting.
that at all.
That's what I
Yeah,
want.
I want that.
Yeah.
No,
I want
that's
to care for
way
the
more
character.
vague.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega said she studied Drew Barrymore's performance for hers in Scream 5. And normally that turns me on, but for that, it didn't work out for me because she was great. She was definitely great.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna Ortega was great. She fought back. She was, she was.
She did good.
Yeah. But it was such a copy and paste of the original, and it just didn't work for me. As it relates to Kristen Stewart, I would never think I would hear Julia Roberts say, "Oh, you know what? I can't play that role because Glenn Close played it." Yeah, right, bitch. I'm going to get in here and play this role.
Right. Or Sandra Bullock ate that up.
Yeah.
I can't live up to that.
Oh, okay. We'll see about it.
Like, what?
You really just shit on your own skills and your ability. Bye, Kristen.
You hear me? That's like, okay.
And she would have been the right caliber of star for Scream 4,
That's
hinting
true.
at the tone of the motive.
What year was that?
2011.
Yeah, she was still up there because they still hadn't finished. Wait.
Yeah, she was still popping. That's the only reason she would have been casted.
Oh yeah, because Twilight was what 2009, 2010.
Let's see.
The first one.
So would you? I mean, in that world, do they give her front of poster like Drew Barrymore front of poster credit?
Yeah, they would.
And then kill her right away.
Yeah, the beauty of Drew Barrymore was like she was the lead at first, but she decided with Wes Craven that
Nina Dobrev. I wonder how she would have done.
She would have been great.
It was 2008 Twilight for Twilight.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Period. Cam Twilight.
And yes, and Drew Barrymore would have been phenomenal as Sydney.
She would have been, even to this day, she would have been, as coming back 25 years later, she would be great in that role. But she turned it down because it'll be better for the project, the wow factor. And she was right.
Yeah.
She was right.
Yeah.
Melissa Joan Hart auditioned for Sidney Prescott. Sabrina. So
too lovable. Too lovable.
This would be post Clarissa. This would be
Sabrina.
Way post
pre-Sabrina. This would be pre-Sabrina, wouldn't it?
96?
No, this is way after Sabrina went off.
Oh.
Sabrina was off in 96, didn't it? Was it 99 it went off?
No.
Sabrina, the Teenage Witch?
Sabrina Teenage Witch was like at least 2000s.
No, man.
Looking it up.
Yeah, it's actually, I got you. It started in 1996.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember the time wrong. That's fine.
As far as like her being Casey Becker, yeah, it will work for her being Casey Becker. Because she's so lovable.
I'm just thinking like, I just think like so many like, I don't know. I think the 90s crew that they got was it for the time. You have some that are like, they're just kind of either in like, kind of making their footing. Campbell is, Party of Five. Rolling off of that.
Sure.
So, I think that would have been fine.
Oh, I have more fun facts if it's time for that.
Yeah.
I have a list of actors. I don't know their particular roles for all of them, but I can tell you who they are. Freddie Prinze Jr. I think that was Billy. He auditioned for Billy.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be weird. That'd have been a different vibe, but I could see it. I could see it.
Oh, I could see it.
No.
That would have been so fun for him.
It would have been. Joaquin Phoenix turned down Billy.
Huh.
That's
fine.
Yeah, that is fine. I mean, he has the range to make that. I believe he would have been great in the third act.
That guy's really intense.
Did he look high schoolish at them?
Has he ever?
No. He came out looking that way as a baby.
Yeah, like Morgan Freeman.
Because all I can think of is like Walk the Line, who looks very much like his age. So I'm like,
Brittany Murphy.
Yes.
I mean, all these people that I'm going to name are like, sure. Alicia Witt starred in Urban Legends. Reese Witherspoon turned down Sidney Prescott as well.
That'd be interesting.
She was the first choice. She was the first choice.
Really?
Oh, she would have devoured.
Imagine her coming back 25 years later. Reese Witherspoon would have ate that up.
Yeah.
But the problem is she probably wouldn't. She probably wouldn't come back.
She's too busy making movies out of her book club. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Brooke
that's
Shields.
fine, but baby.
Yes, Brooke actually, Courtney Cox wasn't even the option to play Gail. They thought she was too nice. So Brooke Shields and Janine Garofalo were the two front runners.
God, I'm going back to my. That's like flashback.
I can see Brooke doing that.
I can see Brooke Shields blowing it too. Yeah.
Yeah. She would. Maybe she would have dressed down. She would have looked fine. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Janine Garofalo would have pulled it.
But Brooke
Liv
Shields
Tyler
would have wore those clothes.
Tyler?
Molly Ringwald was actually there. She said she was the original Sydney, but she said she was too old. And she's right.
Molly Ringwald, golly.
Yes.
A rat pack? How dare y'all?
No. I love Molly Ringwald. 16 candles till I die. Okay.
I love
Breakfast
her.
Club, love her. Pretty in Pink, love her. But by that point in the 90s, yes, I would.
She was too old.
Yes, for her to be playing high school,
especially if they're planning on making a trilogy at that point, or even like any kind of extended franchise, like
even if they weren't, maybe she's no high school.
Too old. And that's no shame.
I'm glad she had that awareness.
I need a grandmother final girl. Is what I need.
Okay, Laurie Strode, Halloween trilogy.
No, I mean I need it starting with this lady who's already in her 90s.
No,
okay. That picture of Joaquin Phoenix, and he's not giving me high school heartthrob. Like it's this. I feel like his features have to be a little softer to give me high school. 90s high school heartthrob, like Jared Leto high school heartthrob.
That guy's, yep.
Scream 3. Shannon Doherty was supposed to be the opening girlfriend of Cotton.
Shannon Doherty. Okay.
And the reason why is because she looks close to Maureen, and he has a type. And so,
okay, that's true. Okay,
and that would have been good then. Yeah.
At what point of charm was that?
She had the chops.
At what point of charm was that?
1996. That was in the beginning. Scream 3.
3.
That was 98. That was 99.
So okay, not charmed yet.
Tia Leone for Jennifer Jolie. And if you've seen her in Jurassic Park 3, then you'll know that she can do that. Charisma Carpenter.
I
don't think she can get away from that genre. She's like she lives in there.
For who?
Charisma Carpenter ends up in a lot of that. Like
I don't know. I don't know who Charisma was going to be. I don't have a name. She's right after Shannon Doherty and Kate Winslet, and Kate Winslet was down for the opening too.
Okay.
David Boreanaz,
my man.
Angel, Josh Hartnett. The entire CW cast is Rachel True,
not CW.
Rachel True,
Claire Danes, Lissa Hannigan. Tara Reid. It just goes on. It has Monica, the singer.
Really?
I think I remember that too. Yeah,
that would have been fun, honestly.
Yeah,
Monica and Scream.
The whole Buffy cast, Buffy and Angel on there. The whole WB, WB, not the CW.
And my favorite is Gabrielle Union was going to play Rebecca in Scream 4, the assistant to Sidney Prescott.
I don't want her to be like that. I don't want her to be Rebecca. I feel like the one that was in Scream 4
was perfect. She was perfect.
Right. Because she played that same mousy girl in Community.
Rebecca was a bitch, and I loved it.
She was terrible.
But then just with how I feel like it, I don't know. I don't think she would have been able to do that. And the reason why, not that she wouldn't have been able to do it, but that she,
No. You clarified what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, not that she wouldn't be able to do it, but that seeing her in that role don't seem like it would fit.
In my head, in my head, I go to the scene with her and Gail outside of the bookstore when Gail was like, "How about I rebrand you with my tarnished brand?" or something like that. When they get into it, I can sort of see Gabrielle Union up against Courtney Cox, but
they'd have to write her a little different.
They'd have to write her down. Write her down.
And to see, and because she's done such a great job of placing herself as this strong woman. It just wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right if she had did it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
What year was Scream 3?
I think it was 98. Hold on.
98.
No, that was 92. That was 2.
2000.
Okay. Because because well, you're naming all these possible that people, and I'm thinking like, what were they doing during
Popular.
this time? Yeah,
They were popular.
They were being
they were popular.
popular.
Like, so that means Gab Union would have been Bring It On. I wonder, like,
Yeah,
Kirsten
Gab was-
I'm surprised they
Gab-
did like Kirsten Dunst in there. Could have been something.
Yeah, they had
Gab,
all the they
Gab
literally
had a decent run during that time. Her run during that time was pretty decent. She was
Oh,
starting
hell
to
yeah.
really take up, especially after Bring It On.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And remember, Scream is about the cast.
Yeah.
And how they cast them and picking the popular kids and you can't have an ensemble without a popular group.
Right.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. So, hour and a half in. Final thoughts. First timer.
Ghostface.
How do you feel?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed them. I mean, they're all. I mean, they're all good. You know, I would classify them all as good movies. They all like. I mean, one's iconic. 5 and 6, I like what they're playing around with. Like I think I would not say, oh, this one has my favorite, opening and my favorite. Well, okay, I take that back. Like I think the best killer and the best opening might be both in one.
Mm-hmm.
2, I hate the kill. Like the killers in that are so boring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love
Billy's mom, Aunt Jackie, is so boring. She's so boring. They need to give her more screen time. Like, nah. And then the other dude was just there. The other guy was just there.
The best way to go. You could really be like, oh shit, his mama.
Yeah, but like then give her something. Like, because
she was there to be against Gail, and she did a great job at getting on her fucking nerves and making her be unsuspecting.
Yeah, but had no like. Gail wasn't really, because Gail feels like a final girl in 3 and 4, not in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And 100% Sydney, and she doesn't do anything to Sydney. She's just like, I'm Billy's mom. I have the same psychological problems that he does, clearly, in the same plan. But I was like, the guy was boring. The guy was a crappier Stu than Stu was. I didn't like Stu.
Mickey was so fun.
Boring. He was boring. He was boring and he was wrong.
I was
defending sequels. He was wrong.
Yeah.
What about you, Ricky? Like, what did you?
So, as someone that was getting into it, I overall enjoyed it. Nothing has really topped the first for me as far as like kills and like all the stuff, but I've grown to enjoy it. I've grown to enjoy the series, the franchise. I'm not into the drama yet, so I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I'm not sure if I really want to watch the 7th when it comes out.
Yikes!
I don't know.
Okay, so Lucio, Melissa Barrera was fired from Scream 7 almost a year ago because she allegedly made some anti-Semitic remarks.
Cool.
But it really wasn't based off of what was shown in the screenshots. And so when she got fired, Jenna Ortega quit, and then they brought in Neve Campbell for a new trilogy. We also found out that Kirby will be getting a spinoff under a different, not under Spyglass, but under Paramount. Kevin Williamson has his own company under Paramount, and so he will be producing a spinoff for Kirby, which could potentially be a spinoff for the Core 4. So far, I'm giving you a lot. So far, for Scream 7, we know Neve Campbell has signed on, and she's the only one. They're still working on the script after almost a year. They finally found out that it will be filming in Atlanta, Georgia in January at the Lionsgate set. And
get your wigs right.
Hello. And yeah, so it's been a lot of drama. Some fans are boycotting it because they don't like what happened to Melissa. Another group is like, I mean, we got to watch the movies. They're our movies. And pro Sydney, a lot of people who love Sydney are like, we're here for Sydney.
Right.
That's
a lot of folks were just kind of like annoyed with her not being a part of it as much as, especially in 6, because she wasn't getting paid.
She show up, and guess what? Good, because the original script didn't make any sense for her to fucking
right.
For her to show up.
I mean, that's like, yeah, don't shoehorn her in there. I was fine with her not being there. I was a little sad, but I was like, okay, I can see their move. Like, they passed the torch, they're going on to the next thing.
I think 5 had drama. The 6 had drama because of not paying Nev.
Mm-hmm.
7's having lots of drama because of script writing, the Carpenter sisters being gone, not even sure if the core 4 is going to be there, and then you're trying to draw folks in with
the star.
With
the star,
and
who's slightly removed at this point.
She is, and she should be. Yeah, I can go on a rant about all of that trash, but just know that it's a lot of unnecessary drama. And if you want to enjoy the movie, go enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to still make money.
Right.
I'm just
it's Ghostface.
It's Ghost. Oh, I agree, Cam.
Okay. So 2 things I did want to mention before we wrap up. I was thinking about this. I really wish that I think this might have both been in 6 when Ghostface kills those 2 Ghostface Pretender guys. I was like, oh, are we gonna have like a thing where Ghostface is like, I'm gonna keep protecting you from all these weirdos, like as your weird guardian angel until it's time for me to kill you? I was like, that would have been really interesting. And then also, I would have loved it if at the end Samantha did not drop that mask and you're like, oh my gosh, she might be Ghostface in one of these upcoming movies. That would have been really interesting to turn the final girl into your killer.
They've been hinting at that for a long time. I think there was a potential that Jenna Ortega would actually be the real opening of the next one, and now that's going to trigger Sam to start killing people and be the new Ghostface. I guess, but we'll never know as of now. We'll never know. What we will know is they aged up. They did a time jump for Scream 7, so Sydney's 3 daughters can be important.
What you didn't know is everything's a lie. And they've been playing you from the start.
And that'll be fire. And that's how you do publicity.
That would be spectacular.
Everybody's back.
That's fine.
You thought you knew the script? Psych.
Everybody's fucking back.
Can you imagine they did that? And also the Kirby thing is a tie into it. It's like, it's all released now. It's all released right now.
Backdoor pilot.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so next week's episode is well, according to our schedule, it's supposed to be Gateway Horror.
Gateway Horror. Apparently, we're doing this. Yeah, this is because I clearly Tamon has a lot of experience, and Cadence have a lot of experience in horror, and I and Ricky are on the less experienced end. So.
We're horror whores.
It's okay.
Great. Glad that word came back. HORROR. That's what I spelled.
Wasn't that Scream Kings t-shirt?
80s horror whore. 80s horror whore is what I searched. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Ours would just be Emmy double S miss.
Emmy double S miss. There's always one question we want to know. Why can't
This is going to last forever.
And that's
Ricky, you kind of need to see this stupid movie now. It's terrible.
Golly, I can wait till it comes out on streaming.
It's awful. Yeah, do that.
It should be out by now.
It should have started streaming. It should have started like when they put the U2 song album on everyone's iPod. That's how that thing should go.
No, not like that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
preloaded YouTube. Oh, that was annoying.
All right, so y'all, thanks for watching tonight. So make sure you like, subscribe, push the button, the thumbs up, the little bell, and come join us for the rest of spooky season because we're gonna have some fun. We'll talk about Agatha and our feelings as it goes along, and all the other spooky things. So, as you know, my name's Rickey Z. No,
That's not how it works.
You want to
Whatever.
start it? You got to start it.
You got to start it.
How do I start it?
I'm Taman.
Okay.
He moved himself. Wow.
No, I had to because that's the only way it works.
I thought
Okay.
Cadence was. You got to move me and Cadence too, though. If we're gonna go clockwise.
Just
Oh my
switch them.
God.
Just switch.
There
All
we
right.
go. All right.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. It's been a pleasure. We will see you next week. I'm Taman.
I'm Rickey Z.
I'm Cadence.
I'm Lucio, man.
And we are.
Yes, I love it when it doesn't work. I love it.
So look, we'll get this together
Yeah,
after
we
our
know
choir
how to get
rehearsal
right.
for
Okay.
Witches Road. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Good night, y'all.